Okay, welcome to Brownie's Midlife Adventure. Everyone I know my age is starting to have a midlife crisis, and I haven't got time for that shit. So, midlife adventure, midlife crisis, yeah, all the same. Anyway, what I'm here for, I'm going to talk about the BMW F800GS Adventure. It's a 2014 model I've got. I picked it up second hand, and I'm just going to go over what I've done to it and what I like and what I don't. Alright, let's do it. BMW F800GS Adventure. This is the 2014 model that I picked up second hand, and let's start from the bottom and make our way up what's been done very quickly. Okay, on the front here, 21 inch, we have the MICHELIN ANAKEE Wild tyre on the front, and I like that tyre. It hangs onto the dirt quite well, it tracks well, in sand it's okay, and mud it's really good, so that's a good all-round tyre. It's done about 5,000 k's now, and it's actually holding up okay. And also the knobs have still got a sharp edge on them, so they haven't worn down, so I think I'll actually stick with this tyre at the moment unless something better comes along. Okay, around the back, let's do the back tyre. So there's the rear tyre. That tyre has probably done about 100 kilometres. The one I had on before, which went on the same time as the front, I rode down to Birdsville, across to the east coast, over towards Gympie, Bundaberg, back up the Cairns, and I got about 5,000 kilometres out of that tyre, and then it was as bored as a monkey's butt. So that's a new tyre on the back, about 100 k's. I do like it. It's okay on the road. You can feel it walk on when you do get into the corners and onto the range, but it's okay. Haven't had much to do with it in the wet. Great on the dirt. It's just a knobby tyre. It does what it does. Okay, that's the wheels done. Let's go back down even a bit lower here. First thing I noticed when I bought this bike, you pull up, you park it somewhere, and it pretty much just wants to punch this tiny little post into the ground and sink. So I bought the Doubletake Bigfoot. I'm not even sure what that's called. What I'll do is I'll put a Google link to all these items in the description below. There's no affiliates or anything. I'll just put a Google link to all this gear. So if there's anything you like, you can Google it, have a look. So anyway, so I put that Bigfoot thing on there, and that's just spreads the weight a bit more, stops the bike from wanting to sink into the ground every time you stop somewhere. It's even okay in the sand with that on. It's actually not too bad at all. While we're down this way, I hate it when people cut me off. And you get angry and you get on your horn and go beep beep. So that there, it's a bit hard to see here, but that's the Denali SoundBomb. Insane, absolutely insane. Small air horn, super loud, SoundBomb, perfect name for that, because that's what it is. It's a bomb of sound. Love it. Easy to hook up. I've also got the Doubletake tank crash bars here. I've added them on. This bar down here, engine bar, protection bar, crash bar, that's factory standard. This one I've added on. It's just simple to put on. It's got bolt points here, it's got a bolt point there, and up underneath it bolts up under there as well. Okay, so that's on there. Coming up a little bit more, I have done a review on these. That's the BAJA design spotlight. It's got some little stainless steel brackets there I picked up cheaply, and these spotlights on the front, and they clamp beautifully onto that Doubletake tank bar. Really nice. So they're the BAJA design XL80s. Insane lighting, absolutely insane. In between them, I've got LED headlight with the daylight running light in it, and makes a world of difference compared to the stock light, which was just halogens with no LED running light. That came from Hog Lights in Australia, and a bit more expensive than the cheaper Chinese ones, but it's got all the certification, DOT, E, ADR, you name it. BOT, CH, everything. Alright, what else have we got? Bark busters. So, probably an essential thing, especially if you're going to drop your bike out in the middle of nowhere. The last thing you want to do is try and ride home with no clutch lever, which you can do, but it's a pain in the bum. So bark busters, they're on there, they look alright. We got a little extension there which helps keep the wind off your hands a little bit. Up from that, I've got the Doubletake mirrors, and not only do they look good, but they're quite functional, and I actually like the curvature and the reflection of these a little bit more than I do the stock mirrors. Again, the stock mirrors are just a rigid bar. You drop your bike, they hit them, they're going to bend, probably snap something off down here. So at least if these, you know, you hit these, they just get pushed out of the way. So there's no worries about damage. Another one on that side. In between, I've got a Quadlock, and I've got the Garmin, I can't even remember what this Garmin's called, 86i, 86SI, anyway, something like that. I'll put a link down the bottom. Great for navigation. I mostly use it, you probably can't see the screen because I've got a polarizing filter on. I mostly use the screen for just speed and you know, sunrise, sunset, time, moving time, average speed, etc. But it's got full maps, everything else on there as well. And that's, actually I won't pull that out, but I've got that on a Quadlock system. You can see a little blue handle over the back. So this GPS will just slip in and out of that cradle really easy. Charges in the cradle. The cradle, I've just put a Quadlock sticker on the back of the cradle and stick it to the handlebars. I've also got a Quadlock on my phone up here as well. So the phone is mounted up between the, just above the main instrument panel in the center of the screen there on the factory screen steel bar. So Quadlock, so that's good. I can actually, if I wanted to, I could put that up there and I could put my phone down there just by twisting and just swapping them around. Really easy to do. Good mate of mine, Chris, down in Mackay. I've mentioned him before and a few other things. Let's see if we can get that into focus. Righto. There's the tyre monitoring system, tyre pressure monitoring system, and that's probably the most used thing on the bike because I look at it all the time, especially if you're riding on rough gravel corrugation. Sometimes you get a bit loose on the arse end and you go, oh, is that a flat tyre? You can look down, no it's not. The pressure's a bit wonky there because I just had that new tyre put back on, it's got a bit too much hair in it, but that's all good. No dramas. What else we got? The tank bag. That's Nelson Rigg gear tank bag. I have talked about their gear before. It's working all right. It is. It's probably done about 10,000 kilometres. I'm in and out all the time. I've got an old tablet stuck up the front there. Let's come around this side. So I've got an old tablet stuck at the top here, and I'm using Maps.me. Not that Maps.me is great for navigating. I probably wouldn't navigate with it. I use my phone up there and Google Maps for navigating. But Maps.me is good because I can use offline maps. So when I'm in remote parts of Australia, I can just have a quick glance, work out where I am, what direction I'm going, etc, etc. The tank bag, it's okay. It's starting to fray in a few places just from the wind. And you can see, you know, so yeah, don't know how much longer it'll last, but it's holding up okay. It sits there really tight too. It doesn't move around at all. What else we got? Oh, we got a mongrel dog leather, which is made by Chris. A mongrel dog leather keychain thing there, which is made by Chris, who gave me the tyre monitor pressure system. Check him out on Instagram. I think it's MDL_68. So I'll put a link there anyway. Check him out. He's got some, if you like leather gear and you want something awesome, he's the man to look at. What else we got? The Nelson Rigg gear bag on the back. I've got the saddlebags and the two round bags that sit on the saddlebags on the side. I went with them for two reasons. Cheap. They work. They're waterproof, dustproof. Well, that's more than two reasons, lots of reasons. I didn't want anything hard, especially on the side. I haven't got them on there at home, but I didn't want anything hard on the sides because if you do drop the bike, your foot goes underneath it and it gets pinned or broken or whatever. Same thing, the way I drop motorbikes. If I had aluminium cases on there, they'd be all smashed up and crunched and bent and they'd look like a dog's breakfast by now. But at least with the soft padded ones, and I have had my foot trapped underneath there and I could wiggle it back out okay. What else have we done to the bike? That's about it really. I do have in the back running the Denali SoundBomb and the BAJA design lights. I've got a hex ezCAN, which is basically all tucked up underneath the seat back in there. Fits in there. It's really easy to use. Plug the computer in, install the software, you can program your headlights and blinkers and whatever you want. Horn, tail lights, the whole lot. So make it do what you want. I've got the Cardo, no idea again what model, communicator on there. I've only got the one because I generally ride by myself, talk to myself, sing to myself. Anyway, I've got that. That's mostly just for listening to music, making telephone calls, listening to navigation routes from Google. I've got the Arai, is it the X2, XD2, R2D2? Not too sure. But I've got the Arai helmet there. and that is probably, I've had a lot of helmets over my life, that's probably the most comfortable thing I've ever put my head in. Apart from, oh no, we won't talk about that. I've got 100% racing goggles. I've got the 2-layer glass in here. So early morning if it's cold, especially up the tablelands here in far north Queensland, super hot on the coast, can get cold up here. They don't fog up. Good thing about this helmet is I can put the goggles on and the straps will sit up in here. So I can actually, if there's lots of bugs around and I've got goggles on, I can just flick the screen down, they get worn on there. When I come down or I slow down into town somewhere, providing it's daytime because I've got a tinted one, I can just flick that back up, everything's all clean and clear. Simple as that. Other thing, if I'm going down a gravel road and there's trucks or anything else coming, I will quite often flick this down, especially if I'm going at speed in the opposite direction of oncoming vehicles on gravel roads, because my thinking is if a rock and a big bundi or big rock like this comes flying up, hits here, it's got to get through this, it's got to get through the first layer of that, it's got to get through the second layer of that, and then I've got my glasses on as well. So if it can get through 4 layers of plastic and perspex and hardened glass, yeah, it'll be a pretty hard impact to do all that, I think. But that's it. That's my take on my little project bike here and what I've done to it. I can't think of anything else, just quickly walking around. But I do like the bike. Not the best, I mean, it's not the best bike in the world. There are better bikes and there's probably worse bikes. But as Ryan at FortNine says, Ryan at FortNine, as he says, he's got one of these and he says, it's mine. And it is. And I'm used to riding it. I've got a feel for it. It feels good and I can pretty much well ride it like I'm riding a DRZ 400. So that makes me happy, comfortable, feel safe on it. It's got all the fruit, it's got all the bells, it's got all the whistles. Well, nearly all of them. The end. All right. Sayonara. Check out the links down below. And like I said, there's no affiliations to anything. I'll just put Google links, Google search links down the bottom. So if there's anything you think you like, have a clickety-click, go to town. All right. Hooroo, mofos. Okay, yes. Okay, I'm hand holding this. I haven't got the gimbal. This might be a bit shaky. Yes, I did forget some things. The main reason I bought this is under here there is a button and SOS. So that's the Garmin InReach. Basically means anywhere in the world that'll connect to satellite. I think it's like $20 a month in Australia to have the subscription connection. It gives you so many free SMS messages, emails. It Bluetooths to my phone, so I can just send emails and SMS messages from my phone to anyone in the world, which is great for me because I'm actually riding by myself. I'm out in the bush. I can send a message back to my wife saying, hey, I've pulled up for the night, I've set up camp, everything's all good, honky dory. Or I can send a message to someone else and say, hey, I've had a buster and I've broken both my legs and my arm. I hope not. Anyway, but it's there. It's good to have. Yes, I know it's mounted to the bike. If the bike goes over a cliff and I'm up the top, or vice versa. I do also carry a PLB. It's in the tank bag here at the moment, but if I'm going bush, I put the PLB in my jacket pocket up the top, so if I do need to grab it, I can set that off as well, the PLB. The other thing I did forget was the chain guard. That wasn't a wanted extra. I can't even remember what brand it was, but I think I got it from Adventure Moto in Australia. But I actually broke the plastic one, destroyed it, and a genuine BMW one was probably twice the price of this aluminium one. And in the process of breaking the plastic one, I also broke that bolt, so I've actually got that one cable tied on there. Again, that's done about 6,000, 7,000 kilometres with that cable tie, and it's not moving. So it's got 2 bolts and a cable tie holding it on, and that's the same thing, that's rock solid as well. Righto, that's it. When I do get home, I have ordered, I'm going to put new chain of sprockets on. This chain's just about had it. So I've got a rear sprocket, factory size, and the sprocket on the front now is 16 teeth, and I've just gone 1 tooth smaller. As another YouTuber, I think Albe, his name is, I can't remember his YouTube channel. Here's the link, check him out. He also rides a BMW F800, and his channel is awesome. If you can get so much information, he's done pretty much everything to his bike, and he's got great detailed videos about everything he's done as well. So anyway, so one of his YouTube clips was he went one tooth smaller. He said it's given the bike more power. It's a bit less top end speed and everything else, and yeah, probably higher fuel consumption obviously, but he said it has got more power. The only thing I have noticed of this bike, and it's probably me more than the bike, is probably like every 50 takeoffs I tend to stall it at least once. So whether first gear is a bit high or it's probably just user error. But yeah, so I'm going to put that on. I'll probably do that next couple of days, and that'll give it more power down low as well. But that's it. All right, finished. See you later. Check out the other videos below. If you did like this video, subscribe, and if you did like this video, please subscribe, give it the thumbs up, share it with your mates, and if I can get enough likes and hits and everything else, I'll keep making more videos and put more stuff up. All right, hooroo.